Hello everyone, and welcome to Chapter 7 of One Shot Resume. In this chapter we will cover resumes for those doing consulting work. We have already gone over the finer points of how to get information off of the job requirements, how to construct your professional summary, resume arrangement and formatting, and how to present your resume. In this chapter I want to highlight some of the aspects that are unique to consultant resumes. Consultants often carry a large set of data or information on their resume, and since they have typically done a relatively broad amount of work over a number of different companies, they need to address items in both a broad, high-level fashion and then in minute detail also. They need to do this because often when managers are looking for consultants, they are looking for something specific. They are looking for someone who can bring to the table knowledge, skills, and abilities they cannot access through their own existing staff. That means it's important to have a lot of information on your resume without cluttering up the resume and obscuring the parts that are important. Also, they want to see and feel comfortable that you are enough of an expert in your field that you can solve their specific issues. It's actually fairly easy to accomplish these two items. We begin by emphasizing training and pertinent experience at the top of the resume. And then we want to list all the training at the bottom of the resume. We do this to help satisfy the manager's need to feel comfortable that you are expert enough in his needs. And seeing your third-party training, especially from an OEM, is an easy way for him to verify your abilities. For instance, managers tend to trust Microsoft certified professionals as they have gone through rigorous training, and they know that via their training and certifications, the manager knows that this guy is going to be able to do whatever task he needs done. Number 3, I want to cover all areas of expertise first, and then mention the other areas that you've just had exposure in, and I like to use the term sometimes strong experience in. Now, in the body of the resume, under each client, try to answer these questions for each project. What was the project? And if there was a name for it, what was it? And what did it accomplish, or what business issues did it resolve? And then what tools and technologies were used to accomplish the project? And of course, what was your role? For instance, was it supervisory, or were you just the individual contributor? And if it was supervisory, did you have anyone reporting to you? And then what you did, exactly what you did. So let's take a look at one here as an example for Mr. Rogers. Here's his professional summary. Great Plains consultant with 7 years experience with Great Plains overall, and 3 years professional Great Plains consulting experience, and then 8 years or 6 years Great Plains, and then Great Plains, Great Plains, Great Plains, and more Great Plains. And hopefully you get the idea that this guy is a Great Plains consultant. And right here I also said strong experience in Great Plains fixed assets. He didn't have 3 years experience in it, or 2 years, or even heavy experience. He just had some exposure, and we chose to use the word strong experience because he felt comfortable with that. Now down here, here's we have the education and then training as per our format. Great Plains OE training, complete listing below. So let's go look at that listing. And here it starts here, and it actually goes down to the other page down here. And it lists out, here's Great Plains, he's the financial series, each module, and he goes through it. And the reason he wants to do this, because it's possible that a manager may look up the top and say, great, a Great Plains consultant, and then see down here that, oh, he's got the human resources module. That's the piece that I really need to have something happen on. So he has to be broad enough, the candidate has to be broad enough up here to get somebody's attention, and then specific enough down here to get the call back. It's not always that way, but it certainly helps. And you don't want all this, you don't want all this training cluttering up here. And then to continue, here he has his Crystal Report certification. And down here he starts to talk about two of his last projects that he's worked on. First one was at Robert Half as a Great Plains consultant. And here he tells us a little bit about what the project was. It didn't have a name, but he provided Great Plains support, upgrades, module configuration, report writing, and training. And then here he tells us specifically what he did exactly and the tools and technologies used for each task. And that's important. And here he provided the upgrade. Here he configured Great Plains financials and the management series. And he used Crystal Reports for all the reporting functions. So he's telling us what tools and technologies he used for each task that he's done. And down here we have another line that says the project didn't have a name, so he basically said what it was trying to accomplish. And then here's where he's saying, well, this is what I did, and these are the tools and technologies I used to do it. For each little project, that's the way to do it. So that is the end of Chapter 7. Look forward to you on the next one. Thank you.